Court does call the case. Peninsula Place versus, is it Trellis Lane? Yes.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Van here on behalf of the plaintiff.
Sir, your name?
Sorry, Judge. Trellis Lane.
All right, this is the date for non-jury trial, and this is a non-payment of rent case. How much is the plaintiff claim is owing?
Your Honor, the total balance at this time is $3,320.17 plus court costs of $161. $3,320.17.
All right.
Hey, Your Honor,
Sir, of that amount, is there any that you believe that you owe?
No.
Of course they don't. But honestly, I've never come across a sovereign citizen or so-called state national who believes they should pay for the goods and services they use.
You were going to say something.
I was going to ask to object what he was about to say as far as about the numbers. About saying what I owe, but you already answered the question. Ask me the question.
And
I
Mr.
can break
Finn,
down that amount if you want me to, Your Honor.
pardon?
I can break down the amount if you'd like me to.
Just one moment. We'll get to that. Sir, can I ask you, I received the documents from you. Is there a reason why you don't think you owe that amount?
Because it's already been paid, Your Honor. Far as reporting adverse information about a co-signer Act 211 of 1989. Peninsula Place is trying to held me liable as the co-signer when I have an interest and a signature and I'm a natural person. So they're trying to hold liable.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay.
Just so that I have the background on it. You reside in this unit that's at, I think, 315B.
Correct.
At 1000. You reside there.
That's my place of abode.
Well, you live there, right?
Depends what you're talking about. I'm acting as a consumer. So, as far as like my, I'm there on special appearance, and my estate stays there. But as far as a natural man, I don't have no place.
No need to worry, though. The natural man won't be alone or homeless for long. The state, yes, the same one they reject, hasn't been getting rent either. Looks like they might end up in the same situation soon, dealing with the consequences together.
As far as my estate and my...
Okay, so when whoever is in this courtroom leaves here to go to what they would call home, where does this person that's sitting here go?
To my place of abode, Your Honor.
Which is where?
A Peninsula Place.
Okay, at the 315B.
Correct.
All right, that's what I need to know. Okay. Do you have a ledger?
And I'll give Mr. Lane a copy also.
Thank you.
And Mr. Fantera, this would be your witness, is
Yes.
that correct? Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we have her and Mr. Lane sworn in, please?
Thank you.
Yeah, one.
Right hand. Swear affirm the testimony you're about to give.
I do.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Your Honor, could I give you real quick context on that?
Yes, please.
We had a previous case last summer where Mr. Lane received SARA funds. And when we had the, I have a case number, I have a copy of the unsigned copy of the COD. That was entered on September 9th. SOS paid his rent through September, and it left a small balance of, I think about $119 which we waived. So the balance, even though it doesn't show it on there because we didn't actually get the SOS check till sometime later, his rent at the end of September was 0.
Got it.
So the total balance that's on there is 5 months of rent at $513, water and sewer bills, electric bills. There's not even any late fees, and then there's 161 in court costs. So I just wanted to clarify that, in fact, none of this goes back past September 30th. In fact, I don't know if you remember, we actually, when we had the previous case, Mr. Lane had sued Peninsula Place seeking the return of all money he paid forever. And he denied that he owed money, but simultaneously applied for Sarah, and he denied he applied for Sarah. You verified with probably Aaron at the time that he had applied for Sarah. He ended up getting Sarah funds. He would not sign the COD, and then you basically gave him a choice. I'll enter the COD, or we'll have a trial and I'll give you a judgment. But it sounds like he's raising some of the same stuff now that he attempted to raise.
Your Honor, free speak.
Go ahead, sir.
So, Your Honor, when I applied so first I didn't know what I was applying for.
Why would you even argue that? It's one of the weakest defenses possible. Everyone can see through it. You moved in right after signing the contract, which clearly shows you understood the agreement. You accepted the deal, payment on your side, housing on theirs.
So when I applied for Sarah funding, I ended up giving my principal information, which was my name, my date of birth, and my social security number. Basically, I'm here today saying that I gave my principal to Peninsula Place and I've never received any consideration.
Your Honor, I don't understand what that means.
Judge Simpson isn't taking this lightly. There's no way you're going to convince him, or anyone watching, that money doesn't exist. That argument just doesn't hold up, especially in a real courtroom.
I don't know what that means.
Pay close attention here, because this is where the so-called sovereign citizen rental tactic gets exposed. And it's not coming from someone trying to sell an idea. It's coming from a lawyer defending someone who's been taken advantage of.
However, are you Trellis Lane? That's a yes or no. Because I'll tell you, if you are, then we'll go ahead with the trial. If you're not Trellis Lane, then I'm going to give them a judgment by default because Trellis Lane hasn't shown.
I'm here on special appearance.
No, you can't do that. You are not an attorney at law because you can't appear for somebody else. So my question is, and I'll ask it again, are you Trellis Lane?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, Mr. Lane, October of 2022, did you pay rent to the landlord?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and how did you pay that?
I'm paying with my credits that's on file. So I sent instructions back in May, basically to get my account zero every month.
You do what?
I sent instructions back in May, then I sent another one to December to the CEO.
The CEO of what?
American Campus Communities. Saying it right. So he's seen my email, so he's aware of what's going on. Basically, like I say, I'm looking for consideration. I have not been getting no consideration, no adequate consideration.
Well, you get adequate consideration for the contract and any payment by virtue of the fact that you have a residence. So I don't think consideration is even an issue.
But yeah, I have several questions.
Well, you can go ahead and ask your questions, but I don't know. Let me just ask this. October 2022, how did you pay your rent?
I paid with my took the bill, I endorsed it.
Did you give them cash?
We don't have,
We being whom?
I'm saying, it's a credit system, Your Honor.
So what?
It's a credit system. We don't.
So who's in charge of this credit system?
You said who's in charge?
Surely.
I mean, we haven't had money since 1933, the American Banking Act.
We being whom?
As
Who are you talking about when you say we haven't had money? Who is we?
far as like the United States haven't had money since 19.
Oh, they definitely have, and I spent my share.
With all respect, Judge, unless you brought a very unusual version of a legal dictionary, none of that argument is going to make any real sense.